On Tuesday evening of this week, our studio designers and their teacher, Pam Powell, here in the audience, met with industry professionals for a formal critique of their work. The panel talked to the designers about their collection and then reviewed each piece, looking at every single detail, from the inside to the outside, and gave detailed feedback that the designers will have. We tallied the scores and would like to recognize the two that scored the highest, but actually we were impressed with them all. So our first one is Donya Sisek, is outstanding designer. You'll recognize every designer's collection. Their name will be on the screen as their garments walk. And then the second honorable mention is Abby Cardenas. And not to forget about the rest of our designers. They all put in a lot of work. So we have Catherine Kimichek. We have Hannah Dock. Yeah, Paola Sereno. I know who you are. And Gianna Savino, which she is, okay, so she's not here right now. So today we will see their creative designs and ideas that moved from heart to head to the runway. Congratulations to all of our designers. They're a beautiful group of students. And for those who are moving on, which are you guys, I and all of COD wish you the best of luck, and we will miss you deeply.
We'll miss you too, Eva.
All right, we'll make a round of applause. Thank you all. So we also have 2 awards given by the Scalise Family Scholarship Fund. These students have participated and enhanced our department by fully engaging in their major inside and outside of the classroom. 1 design student and 1 merchandising student will receive a $500 scholarship, which will be used for tuition for fall 2019. The criteria was the students had to be at the freshman level, so under 30 credit hours, and the student had to have a GPA of 3.5 or higher. So today we honor 2. We have Rebecca Brush for merchandising. Come on out. And we have Wes Brazil from design recipient. Come on out. Thank you, Wes. And lastly, I would like you to all read the thank you list in the program. There are so many people that have helped make this show happen, but a special shout out to our program specialist, Anna Gay. Where is she? She has been incredible helping us plan and get this done. Our dean, Chuck Boone, Cedric Kemmel, Joe Lazera, and Monica and her facilities team are among those that we thank. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show.
one with the pants with the long cape-like skirt and the top. I just really like the way it comes together, and I'm really excited to see people's reaction. I was inspired by the Art Institute. I went with a couple of my friends, and I just loved the history and just the fashion back in the day. Just express yourself. Everyone has their own fashion, and you will find someone that likes your fashion and that will be able to express themselves through you. Time management is a big factor in fashion design. Just getting things done when there's a due date and just putting things on hold and getting your priorities. I love this. I can't see myself doing anything else. Fashion is where I want to be.
This little poofy flower girl dress. I think I like that one the best. I'm getting married right after graduation. I was inspired a lot just by my wedding colors. Bridal was the main inspiration for me. My first piece of advice would be probably to kick any bad habits that you have right away. Probably be my biggest piece of advice. Having to redo my designs so many times. I had one dress that I think, like, the muslin turned out fine, and then for whatever reason, I just had to redo the actual garment, I think about 4 times. So just having to go through the steps in the process, and it just seemed like it was never gonna end. For the most part, I'm happy with them, I think.
very simple yet elegant, and I did what I exactly set out to do with that, basically. I knew I wanted basic colors, so I went with the basic black and white. It was just trying to find that pop of color, and I literally rummaged around through the fashion department trying to find the perfect fabric, and lo and behold, it came to me, and I'm so happy. There's a lot of things I could do better on, but with the time I had and how I planned it out, it turned out pretty okay. I've gained so much knowledge for just being in the fashion department for 3 years. So I would say yes, I would do it again, just so I know how to make my own clothes, I know how to make it fit a person, and I can make stuff for my friends and family within reason, of course. And make my own clothes and not have to buy it at the store and pick fabrics that I like. Challenging part is definitely the style lines, because the way I have my style lines are, they're coming which a lot of different directions. So just making it, having it properly placed and not having like having like one armhole not fit properly and one the hem not matching properly, so I'd have to take out the armhole and just redo it again just to make it fit properly. Embellishments and fabrication, I've learned so much and done so many things in that class. I discovered I love embroidery more than I ever do. I love making quilt-like fabrics, because that was so much fun. I think the hardest part was just blocking all the colors where I want it to be. That's also challenging. And just being able to almost like paint with thread is really fun. I loved it so much. Definitely say for new designers, don't expect it to be easy, but be sure to organize your time well. If you delay it to like the last minute, you're not gonna get anything done. You need to organize your time just so you know what you're getting into. And be creative, because in this department, being creative is so very important. Reach for the stars and use your time wisely.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Honestly, I'm very proud of most of them. Like most of my pieces, there isn't like really an individual one, but it's like there are like favorites to me, like one versus second or whatever. But all of them are like my favorite. I totally depended on myself, and versus like other semesters where I usually used to wait for my instructors to come and tell me what's next. This semester it was like no, I depended on myself a lot, and it's like I did almost everything. I did like go ask hard questions and get help and tips and stuff like this, but not like previous semesters. Be like take it one step at a time, and each and every little detail it is so important, so never skip around, which I used to do like at the beginning, like my first semester, where I used to say, oh, this tech is not, it's not important, oh, the door doesn't have to be so straight. Yes, it is. Everything is important, and every piece of information is important, and you need to follow if you want your pieces to look beautiful.
orange blouse with puffy sleeves and has ties, and I really like it because not only how it looks in the outside, but all the work I did in the inside. It's just like I didn't serge it because the machines have other colors, and so I decided to clean finish, and it looks as great in the inside as the outside. So I'm very proud of that. Yes, definitely. I think one of my favorite parts of the fashion program is the fashion show. So this is the third year I've been to it, and my work has been on the runway. So I would definitely do this more. This is what I want to do for a living. So when I started, I didn't know what I wanted. I had a lot of ideas. They didn't go well together. I felt like it wasn't good enough. So I just had a hard time trying to decide what I wanted until I talked to Miss Eva, and talking to her is always helpful. So I just talked to her, and she was like, oh, we have all these fabrics, why don't you look through all that we have? And I found my fabric, and I was like, that's it. It started coming together. So it was definitely challenging, but after that, there were other things that were challenging too, but like getting started, that was hard. I'm inspired by everything. I'm an international student, so everything fascinates me. People from different countries, my friends, I see the work of other designers, that inspires me a lot. Seeing people also from other classes, just like learning, I feel inspired by that. Nature, art, pretty much a lot of things I feel inspired by and inspire me.
Danny Di Marchi. Danny Di Marchi.
I am most proud of the coat just because it was pretty challenging to do the sleeves and the lining inside, so it's the most time to make it. So when it came out, everything, I'm proud of it. So it's actually work, and definitely make sure you really know what is your vision and what you're going for, so you can stick with this, because it's easy to get to different direction, like listening all the advices maybe from the mentors, from the teachers, from the students, and if you stick really with your vision, I think that's the best you can get with. I think this excitement you got from the fashion, yeah, I mean, it's very exciting field, and always something new happening, and you don't even know what is gonna come out. So I think that's the exciting part on the end.
Gang artists on the beat.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you all for coming. A round of applause for our very small but strong production team. Again, thank you all for coming, and we will see you next year.